Okay, good morning, Triangle families. It is my honor to speak on two parents' birthday. To be honest, I didn't know today is two parents' birthday until a couple of days ago when Pastor Bob mentioned to me. My sermon is not directly related to two parents' birthday or coming Foundation Day. But I chose the topic. I thought it is relevant to a young audience. Today's message is titled, We Have the Key to Happiness. This sermon explores wisdom, responsibility, and appreciation as foundation for happiness. Let us read Bible verses. I will give you the keys of kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Matthew 16:19. Happy is the man who finds wisdom, and the man who gains understanding. Proverbs 3:13. The first verse says, Jesus gave us the keys to kingdom of heaven. Second verse indicates that individuals who attain wisdom and understanding are considered fortunate, blessed, and capable of experiencing genuine happiness. Across cultures and religions, people seek happiness. Nobody denies that. According to the divine principle, every human being is struggle to attain lifelong happiness and overcome misfortune. In Buddhism, the ultimate objective is to end the cycle of suffering and to achieve enlightenment, liberation, and enduring peace. The question remains, who possesses the key to happiness? In many countries, pursuing happiness is considered a basic human right. For instance, the United States Declaration of Independence lists the pursuit of happiness as an essential absolute right from God. The Declaration emphasizes that life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness are rights granted to all people by their Creator. So America is a special country. Even on this kind of official document, God is acknowledged. Should government be responsible for citizens' happiness? Governments contribute significantly by ensuring safety and providing social infrastructures, enabling individuals to seek happiness. Governments hold a certain degree of responsibility, but not complete responsibility. AI replies to question, who is responsible for happiness? Ultimately, happiness is primarily an individual responsibility, requiring self-awareness, personal growth, and self-love to cultivate. While roughly 30% is determined by genetics and external factors play a role, approximately 70% is within personal control. Nurturing good relationships, maintaining health, and managing one's own emotional reactions are key. I'd like to mention a word from the Japanese animation, Demon Slayer. You might be thinking, Demon Slayer again? But don't worry. I'm only bringing up one word this time. Do not let others decide your fate when it comes to life and death. A renowned swordsman scolded the main character with this word as he pleaded for his sister's survival. As previously discussed, his family fell victim to a demon, leaving only his younger sister alive, transformed into a demon herself. The swordsman was preparing to kill the sister in her demonic form. Although it is a harsh word, given the main character's situation, it compelled him to persevere and motivated him to fight against demons and save people's lives. There are still places where citizens face execution for minor offenses, such as listening to K-pop songs or watching Korean dramas like Squid Game. However, most of us are fortunate to live in a time and place where fundamental human rights are respected. It is unlikely that we will ever find ourselves in a situation where others determine whether we live or die. To put the word of swordsman another way, do not let others decide your fate of happiness or unhappiness. This may be relevant to our circumstances. We recognize that happiness is largely our own responsibility. Still, the pursuit of happiness isn't straightforward, since it is deeply influenced by our connections with others and cannot be found in isolation. Our relationships play a significant role in our well-being, but this doesn't mean that others control whether we are happy or unhappy. Let's discuss family relationships and happiness. Parents often find joy in watching their children grow, though they may also face challenges and pain. Throughout their lives, parents dedicate everything to their children, driven by hope and expectations. However, if children choose paths different from what their parents wished or expected, parents can experience a range of emotions, including disappointment, betrayal, sadness, and a sense of loss. In unificationist beliefs, even God suffers because of human beings who are considered God's children. Is God happy or unhappy? God is a perfect being. God might have stated that I educated Adam and Eve perfectly. Therefore, it's their problem, not my problem. Then God did not have headache and suffering of restoration. Instead, God took his children's problems as his problems. God is suffering because of his love toward his children. We aren't perfect parents, which means we face challenges. We are always reflecting on whether we've done enough for our children. I've read stories of parents who, after losing their children, found the ways to move on and heal. It's natural for us to dwell on what we've lost, especially when it comes to beloved people or meaningful things. Yet these parents shifted their perspective rather than dwelling on their loss. They focused on what remained. They chose to treasure and value every moment they had shared with their children. Through expressing love and appreciation toward their children, parents can influence and manage their emotional well-being in relation to their children's experiences. Now let's consider the children's viewpoint. Children are typically considered to be dependent individuals. They depend on their parents for vital support. The second generation faces unique challenges in their pursuit of happiness, particularly within church and family context. Children raised in our church may express, "I've never chosen to follow this faith. I don't know who true parents are. Yet, I'm still expected to believe in true parents and act accordingly. Church holds authority over my happiness, and I feel I don't control my own life." Have you ever felt that way? In Japan, some children cannot afford college because their parents donated excessively. They may deeply resent their parents and church. In extreme cases, these challenges may result in deep-seated bitterness or a desire for revenge against the church. Will the resolution of the church make them happy? It might bring them brief happiness. The divine principle teaches that joy comes from fulfilling desires rooted in one's original mind, and that temporary happiness derived from negative desires is unlikely to last. This perspective encourages young people to seek fulfillment through authentic desires and positive relationships, rather than external validation or rebellion. By addressing these challenges with compassion and understanding, community can support the next generation in finding lasting happiness. Today's Bible verse says, "Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." Traditionally, this means the church's actions reflect God's will. Binding prohibits sins and curses, while loosing permits freedom and blessings. A bind refers to a difficult or problematic situation, while loose means to set free or release. One of Jesus' main teachings is to love your enemies. These enemies are not always external threats. Sometimes they are inner struggles that disturb our peace of mind. If we keep these binds in our minds, they also persist in heaven. Conversely, when we let go of such binds, they are released in heaven as well. Every effect has a cause or purpose. Cause and effect work together. There is a specific reason or intention behind the birth of second generation within our church community. The process of releasing binds involves reflecting on their underlying meanings and appreciating their significance. The life course of two parents serves as model for releasing binds of humanity, which are God's binds as well. They have been dedicated to removing constraints from the past, referred to as indemnity, transforming them into positive opportunities for the future. They expressed gratitude even for hardships and tragedies, such as imprisonment and the loss of their children, utilizing these experiences to advance God's providence. Minion's workshop presentations taught me a lot. At times, I questioned why our church invested so heavily in VIPs, large events, buildings, and similar expenses. Through these presentations, I came to understand that these decisions were guided by a well-defined vision and purpose rooted in God's providence. People who feel bitter towards the church because of heavy burden of donations may find it difficult to see that their giving was part of God's providence and appreciate what they contributed. However, I hope that someday they will be able to do this. Minion shared in her sermon that some Japanese second generation members have begun to reflect on their faith and express gratitude toward the church and the first generation. This brings us hope. If we believe that our unhappiness is caused by others, whether it's the government, church, family, or friends, we are allowing them to determine whether we are happy or unhappy. We should keep in mind that our happiness is within our own control. And unlocking it involves reflecting on the deeper meaning of each situation, particularly those we find unpleasant, and appreciating what they teach us. Thank you so much. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Parent, thank you for this day. Today is two parents' birthday. Unfortunately, true mother is in difficult situation on this special day of originally we all humankind need to celebrate her birth on this earth. But Heavenly Parent, we believe true mother is strong and utilizing this difficult situation to move on your providence to release all binds of humankind for future opportunities, for future goodness of all humankind. Heavenly Parent, we often face challenging to seek our happiness. It is not easy, especially for young people in our church. They go through so much difficulties. But Heavenly Parent, there's deeper meaning of their birth on this earth as second generation in our church community. They are fruits of two parents suffering and sacrifice, and they are the hope for future all humankind. Let them find the deeper meaning of their birth and seek the true happiness, even though in the difficult situation. We have the key to the happiness. Heavenly Parent and two parents gave us so much wisdom to find the happiness. Thank you, Heavenly Parent. I'd like to offer everything in the name of brothers and sisters gathered here attending Holy Mother Han, a Jew.